I'm really excited to be here today to talk about innovation. This is an amazing space that you all have. I'm in front of a great board talking about innovation, and I'm here with some fabulous teachers I had a chance to have some lunch with and talk, and I'm really fired up to be here to share some thoughts about innovation, because too often, not gonna lie to you, we talk about innovation, we're talking about things. We're talking about tools, or we're talking about devices. I'm not gonna talk about any of that today. We're gonna talk about the impact that innovation has. The impact it has on your learning, the impact that it has on your students, the impact it has on your schools. There's many principles here. All of your schools, how is innovation going to impact the learning? Because that's what we're doing. We're not just innovating. We're creating innovative learning opportunities for all of your students and for our leaders, for all of your staff. What are we doing to create that impact? And I want to share a few things today, and then we're going to work in some groups and hopefully build some things, build some lessons, build some ideas. Then we're going to crowdsource it and share it, because innovation is not one thing. It's a method. And if we have that in this group, in these schools, all of your students are going to benefit from that impact. Because we talk about thinking differently a lot. We need to think differently. We need to think outside the box. We need to think, do this. But we don't talk about action. What are you going to do after today with some of this information? How are you going to act differently in our small groups in about 7 minutes? That's going to create innovative environments. What is the action of innovation? And that's what I want to share today. Because I want you to think differently, yes, but I want you to act differently. And I want you to act like a startup CEO. Yes, we're a school, we're not a business, but we still want to have output. We want our learners to learn something. I want you to create lessons today. So think about it as a startup CEO, because standing still in the world today, it's not possible. It is, but you're going to be left behind, and so are your students. It's not an option, is probably a better way to say that. Standing still is not an option. Our students, you as learners, you as leaders, need to continue moving forward. Because I said startup CEOs, think about this. Think about this CEO meeting where somebody said, how about, I have an idea. We allow strangers to sleep in our houses, and they pay us. Crazy idea. I know as kids, well, I'm older than probably half of you. Not that much. But we always heard, don't get in a stranger's car. How about this idea as a CEO? Why don't we pay a stranger to get into their car and maybe drive them to the house that that stranger let us sleep in, and we pay for it? These are crazy ideas. But these are ideas that are happening, right? Uber, Airbnb. How about music? Do you ever just want one song off the record, or off the cassette, or off the CD? You'd have to make those mixtapes. Well, how about we just buy one song? No way, can't do that. Well, Apple made that possible. Startup CEOs. The biggest mall in the country. Well, it isn't a mall, because some CEO had the courage to say, let's bring the mall to us. Amazon is the largest retailer. Think about that. Why can't we do that as educators, as leaders? Create a startup mentality, because the future isn't something that happens to us. It's something that we all create. Students, teachers, leaders, superintendents. We create that. So how do we do that? And I have two thoughts. One, through innovative learning. Not just innovation. Talk about that a lot. Tie it to learning. That's why we're all here. That's why we all have jobs, because we want to create innovative learning opportunities. So think about this, that same conversation with the CEOs. What if we gave students a voice in lesson development? What if we gave them the voice? Then they build lessons that match their learning needs and wants. You know what that's called? Relevancy. And that's part of innovation. Is it relevant? So innovative learning, what if we gave students a voice in lesson development? How about this? What if we design collaborative learning opportunities without just one right answer? I know our math teachers out there are like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not saying there's not going to be one right answer, but let's look at the theory to get there. Let's look at the problem solving to get to that one right answer if it is. If it's not, let students design it. Let students create something. So innovative learning, number one. Number two, instructional risk-taking. When we talk risk-taking in schools, we always hear that. Take risks, take risks, take risks. I think we forget one important word in that. Smart. Take smart risks. Don't just risk something to risk something. Taking a risk is, what if you didn't show up to work tomorrow? That's a risk. You're going to get in trouble. Don't take that risk. That's not smart. Same with our students. Make sure we're taking smart risks. So think about this. What if students taught a lesson once a week? That's a risk for you, but it's also a risk for students. Because as you know, as professional educators who plan lessons every week, you have to know your content. You have to know your audience. Why can't we let students do that? Sounds like a crazy idea, but not to a startup CEO. What if we launched student-led blogs that your classrooms, your schools, leaders, get on this. Students led the blogs. Students write. Students add that content. Crazy idea. I know it, but it could be done. Now I'm standing up in front of you. You're all consuming information. In about 2 minutes, you're going to start creating. That's the same thing for students who sit there and consume your information. Why don't we let them stand up here and give like a TED Talk? That's their assessment. 5-minute TED Talk. Get the topic, give an assessment. That's them sharing information and teaching us. These all sound like startup CEO ideas, but I want to empower you to be that startup CEO in your classrooms, in your schools, in whatever arenas that you're the teachers. So I'm going to leave you with these two things. Innovative learning and instructional risk-taking. We're going to take some time now. In our groups, leaders, make sure you join the tables. This isn't just for teachers. Design innovative learning ideas, not just lessons, learning ideas, and instructional risk-taking. Then we're going to come back together, we're going to share it, and we're all going to be better for it and create that impact through innovative learning opportunities.